Hello, my lovelies. Elsie here to do your sneak peek for this week. It is the first sneak peek for 2026. How you doing? Happy New Year, friends. I hope you're well. I hope things are well for you. And so far, I don't know, it's only been a week into January. Doesn't it feel like it's already been a month? January moves so very slow, I find it anyway. So thank you so much for clicking here. I am here to do a sneak peek for the next 7 days. It's usually for the next 7 days, but look, anytime you get this, today, tomorrow, next year, it'll be from the next 7 days forward. So I'm here with 12 decks. I'm going to read a little bit from each of those decks and for each of the zodiac signs. And I'm going to mark everything down below in the description field so you can see the timings, but it'll also equate to you just being able to scroll the chapters on this video and find whatever it is that you need for the signs you're looking for. I'm just going to ask you to please stop watching tarot just for your sun sign. I mean, it's great. The sun sign's good, but it's only your personality. What influences what kind of Taurus or Aquarius or Sagittarius you are is your moon and your rising. You're a different sign than your sun sign because of the moon and the rising. So when you watch all three of them, you get a very different picture of what might be going on for you. So I hope you'll take the time to do that. Natal charts are free everywhere. You don't necessarily need your exact time of birth. If you know if you're born in the AM or the PM, it'll give you a rising sign. It's always best to have your exact time of birth, though. You can get a roundabout view, though, if you do just use the AM or the PM. So I just wanted to say, Happy New Year, and thank you for all the ways that you've been loving me this year. Just wondering, did you pick a word? Did you pick your word this year? Some of you have put them in the comments. Others of you have not. I hope that you have picked a word instead of making those silly resolutions that you never follow through on, or very rarely do. I hope that you'll pick one word that you will stick to this year. This is not something you are seeking to find. This is something you will embody. So I hope that you will pick a word for yourself and keep it in the back of your mind in all the things that you do this year. All right, so let's get to it. Let's find out what's going on. We always lead in with Aries, Aries being the leader. Let's find out what's going on for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Oh, I didn't tell you about private reads. They are open. And so look in the pinned comment. You'll see the link to Hipsy. Be able to check out my pricing there, figure out what it is that you need, and you can go ahead and book. All right, let's find out what's going on. Tell me about Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Aries, don't forget to leave me your word for the year in the comments. Tell me about Aries. What does Aries need to know for the next 7 days? All right. Oh, the High Priestess. Okay. Somebody is listening. Quietly listen. I feel like you are about to experience some sort of a change. Now, I'm going to say, first of all, I think Aries, something has changed within you. It feels like with the High Priestess energy being the internal intuition, right? This is the vibration. This is the intuition. This is the silence, the things that go on in the places where you don't talk to anybody about what's going on. I feel like there's a deep change going on with you. You might be a change of feeling, how you feel about something. But the Wheel of Fortune is with the High Priestess to tell us that the changes that are taking place are not only internally, but are of a destined nature, friend. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. And we have the Devil energy. So far, all major arcanas. Look at that. Look, when the major arcana show up big like that for you, there's something that is about to change. And what's at the very top here is change. So it does feel like you are having an internal change. It feels like you are, my friend, becoming unstuck from someplace, somewhere, a person, situation that you were stuck in 2025. I feel like this is going to probably be the most spiritual year for you, Aries. The year that you get in touch with the spiritual side, the year that you finally get through the dark night of the soul. It feels like there was a spiritual attachment or a dark night of the soul, or maybe you've been having a hard time finding your way in the dark. It feels like you're finally going to find your light, which is going to lead you toward the things that you want, toward making changes, toward materializing things in the 3D, the beginnings of things. It feels like there is an internal change going on, but I'm going to say it's all intricate. It's very, very intricate. And I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is telling me that you're about to experience the biggest expansion that you've had over the last few years. It feels like a really big expansion. So it does feel like there is something in the soul energy or in this intuitive energy that you have that you've been going round and round on. And it feels like it has something to do with the Hermit. It feels like you're stuck in the dark or on this path all on your own. It feels like it's a very emotional path where you're trying to get things right or trying to figure out what comes next, trying to get things in alignment. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is here because things are moving forward in a fortunate way for you, but the Wheel of Fortune is destined change. So if you're a person who doesn't really care for change, this isn't going to be a fun experience for you. But I feel like it's breaking you away from a dark time. And I think that you know that this change is coming. Tell me what changes are coming. We've got the Page of Cups. So I think it comes without notice. It feels like it shows up without asking permission. It shows up as a surprise, something that you weren't expecting, but it feels like it's good news. It's a good change, but you may not see it like that because maybe you're a person who doesn't necessarily like change. It feels like with the Knight of Swords in the reverse that it took its time, that it doesn't show up necessarily aggressively, but it shows up with clarity. So it feels like a surprise moment of clarity that took a long time to find you, but it feels like it does expand the way you think and therefore expands the way you speak, the way you communicate. We've got Gemini energy here, and we have the Star. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. That is a lot of major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 7 cards that I've pulled are major arcana. So the major arcana are changes. Things that are showing up in your life that you really don't have any control over. They're going to show up whether you want them to or not, is what I'm saying. So you need to be prepared to either react or respond. And those are not the same things, but things are changing nonetheless. I feel like you're going to be pulled out of some sort of dark night of the soul where you feel like you've been stuck or trapped for a while. And I feel like it has been in the soul energy for sure because the High Priestess is here. Healing is here, my friend. And it feels like it took a long time for the healing to show up, but I think you're going to be surprised at how it shows up. Tell me more about Aquarius. You could be dealing with Aquarius, but this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Aquarius is the star energy, by the way, and that's why I was saying that. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. The Sun. Oh, it feels like somebody new might be showing up, or somebody that has been in your friendship group, or in your neighborhood, or at the workplace, but it almost feels like you just notice them all of a sudden. They start to stick out amongst the group of people. It's probably because this person is somebody who is going to give you some sort of reciprocal energy. It almost feels like they were an NPC and now they're becoming a main character. Like it feels like they're becoming a main character in your life because the sun comes out. And it's almost like all of a sudden, this is the person that you're noticing. They're under the sun. You've got your eye on them. We've got the Hierophant here. This is somebody who could be showing up. Oh, it's because you've been through Dark Night of the Soul. It feels like somebody who's showing up as a spiritual teacher. So when the student is ready, the teacher usually appears and the Hierophant is here. So it feels like there is somebody who's showing up to show you what it really means to be a structured friend, or somebody who gives you true respect, someone who gives you true reciprocal energy. I think that this person shows up, and I'm going to say, I feel like that they've been in the background of your life for a while, and you really haven't noticed them until recently, or until the next week or so. It feels like somebody shows up that is now paying attention to you, talking to you, looking you in the eye. Feels like some sort of change might be showing up here. Got the Ace of Wands, and now all of a sudden you're excited to communicate with them, to learn things from them. It feels like they're going to be teaching you. They're going to be putting you on a new path of excitement, of change, of maybe collaboration. It could be creation. You might be creating something exciting with them, but it's the beginning of some sort of a spark of either friendship or a mentorship. So this could be a new mentor that's showing up. This person's really solid, though. They are somebody who is solid. They are grounded. They are somebody who is on the right path, doing the right thing, and wants to do right by you as well. I feel like the spotlight is on them in the next 7 days, and it feels like they just sort of float into your vision. I'm going to say that this is somebody who has been around for a while, but you really haven't noticed them. This person's bringing you good news, and I feel like it's happening now because this is the moment of destiny. This is a moment of alchemy. And whatever this person teaches you is going to pull you out of some place that you've been feeling that has you in a chokehold, has you in a headlock. Tell me what the outcome is here. You've got good news coming, my friend, with the Page of Cups here, and it's going to catch you by surprise. Tell me more. It's verbal. It feels like somebody's going to say something that's going to, oh, okay. It's like going to give you some sort of a realization. It's a breakthrough. This person's here to help you with your breakthrough. We've got the Nine of Wands in the outcome. We've got the Nine of Swords in the outcome. It's because you are at the edge of change here. And, oh, look at that. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. We've got a 9 of Cups, a 9 of Swords, and a 9 of Wands. Friend, this person is showing up because you are on the precipice of change. You are on the edge of closing cycles in your life. You've learned some lessons. It's time to close the cycles. And it feels like you, in the outcome here, are on the precipice of joy, on the precipice of releasing something that will allow the joy to shine through. And it's time for you to relieve yourself of the pressure of something, carrying something around. I think it was a thought pattern of a way you thought something was, or it feels like it's maybe something that was painful, a worry possibly you'll be letting go of. It feels like this person puts it all into, help you organize your thoughts. The 10 of Pentacles is here. So it feels like this is, I'm going to help you work on it. I'm going to help you work through it. It's going to be really abundant for you. This is how I feel things are going to go for you in the next little while. There you are. We got the King of Wands. That's your energy. Look at that. Justice is here. So it does feel like somebody here is here to help you restore your karma, or explain to you what just went on in the dark night of the soul and why you were captured in a headlock by the universe for so long. It feels like this person is bringing a breakthrough, and it's an exciting, fun time. It feels like some good news is showing up, and it's going to bring healing. And yeah, you're at the edge of something that's about to change and become really abundant here. Something that's about to come into this place of balance or harmony for you. Let's pick 3 cards here to see what's around the corner for Aries. What's around the corner for Aries? We've got Temperance in the reverse. We've got the World card. And we got the 5 of Swords. So there still is something here that needs to be sorted out before the door can be closed. We're not quite at the place where the door is closed. We're at the 9s. The place where the door closes is the 10s. The World card is here in the upright, saying that there is going to be a milestone that you're going to be hitting here, or you're going to be accomplishing something that you previously were getting the answer of no. The universe was saying no. You kept trying to push the issue, trying to close the door, trying to resolve something, trying to reconcile something, and it wasn't working. I feel like this person is showing up to show you how to fight the system, or how to fight your mind. It feels like somebody here is going to show you how to force the door shut. Yeah. We've got the 4 of Wands, so that'll help give you some stability. This person's going to end up either being a lifelong friend, or somebody who I feel could be a love interest for you. But it does feel more like a lifelong friend, somebody who's going to help you stabilize your thought pattern, help you force a door shut, because I think for the longest time you've been sitting in these 9s waiting for the end of a chapter, and you feel like the chapter is still open. We've got the 3 of Pentacles. This person's going to help you with showing you a practical way to build a foundation. They're going to give you collaboration, cooperation, friendship, community. It feels like they're going to pull you into their circle, and I feel like their circle is really stable. This person's going to bring you breakthroughs. I feel like the next cycle that's coming up for you in the next 7 days is you meeting somebody who's really important to your life, who is now showing up at the end of some sort of really tough cycle that you've just come out of here. We've got Gemini energy. We've got Aries energy. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, and more Leo energy. We have more Aquarius, Sagittarius, more Gemini. We've got Virgo, Pisces, Capricorn, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, and Sagittarius, and Piscean energy. Gosh, I just got stuck there for a moment. My brains just froze. Too cold out. Actually, it's really not that cold out today. All right. Aries. God, I feel all discombobulated today. I don't feel like I'm really in order, if that makes sense. Taurus, get me in order. Tell me about Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. How are you, my bull gang? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here today. And this is going to be a reading for the next 7 days. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Taurus, some of you picked your word. Put your word for the year in the comments here. Something you're going to keep up with this year. Tell me about Taurus. What do we need to know about Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Taurus, we start out with the Two of Wands in the reverse. Tell me why. Tell me why this is here. We've got the Queen of Wands. Okay. We've got the Strength card. And we've got the Lovers. Taurus, I feel like there is... Yeah, it feels like something's about to speed up. A big, bold move is coming. Look, when I see the Two of Wands in the reverse, it's like there's no more planning to be done here. It feels like something's going to show up, a decision, and you're going to jump in head first. I think that you've been prepared, Taurus. I think that you've been prepared for a while for this to happen, whatever this is. The Lovers can be a choice, but it can also be exactly what it says, the Lovers. It can be choosing a lover as well. So we've got the Strength card. It feels like here that there has been somebody holding back from making a bold move. It feels like it is probably someone who is maybe a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries. I don't know why I'm having so much hard times calling the signs today. We've got Leo here. We've also got Gemini and Aries. I think I already said that. So it feels like there is someone that possibly, if this is a relationship reading for you, that you're very interested in. I feel as though you've been holding your position or holding back, or maybe this person's been holding back from you, but someone here is finding the courage to take some sort of leap of faith. I do see the Two of Wands being in the reverse as I'm just going in head first. Somebody who has already done enough planning, there's no more planning to do, is about to make some sort of a big, bold move. Now, this could be you making a big, bold move toward making some type of choice to jump in head first on something. It doesn't have to be romantic all the time, right? So take it as it is through your own lens. Tell me, that's why the general readings are here, so you can use your own lens. Tell me about the Two of Wands in the reverse, please. It feels like with the Two of Wands in the reverse that the decision is made long ago, that you're ready to jump in, and the Queen of Wands is just going to jump in. Look, I've been through the worst. The Queen of Wands has been through the worst, is resilient, has walked through the fire, and is already on the throne. So I feel like this is something that doesn't bother you taking a risk. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I don't think that you really feel like you have much to lose here. You have perfected something, could be yourself. It feels like maybe you are more confident than you've ever been. You have more money and more stability than you've ever had. We've got the Ten of Pentacles. And we've got the Eight of Cups. It does feel like there is something here, Taurus, that I think that you may have your back toward here. And I think you're waiting for someone to show up or make a choice to choose you. I don't think that you're the person running off to choose something. I think that you are acting independently at this time. I don't think that you're actively holding back. I feel like this Strength card belongs to someone else. It could be a Leo or a Gemini, possibly, maybe another fire sign. This could be Sun, Moon, or Rising, right? It feels like this energy is that somebody here is about to make a choice. They are finding the courage to take a big step, a bold step forward here. This person is somebody who I feel you've had your back to. It feels like you've been looking for your Two of Cups. I'm looking at the person on the Eight of Cups here. And it feels like somebody here, because the back is to the 10 Pentacles, I feel like you're looking at, this person is looking at the moon and thinking, maybe I should just release this. I don't think this person is showing up. I don't think the situation is showing up. I don't think the job is mine. I don't think that I'm going to get the raise. I don't think I'm going to get this new position. It feels like somebody here has turned their back and said, you know what, I don't have to settle for sitting here and waiting forever, Ten of Pentacles, but I really do feel that something here feels like it's on the verge of change. It's on the verge of somebody who, or something that has not quite found its footing is about to show up. We've got the Chariot in the reverse. See, everything is in delay. You've been waiting on something that has been delayed. We've got the Chariot in the reverse. We've got the Star. It feels like Taurus, I feel like this position of you waiting for something to show up is making you very vulnerable. It feels like it's not something that you usually do. It feels like with the Queen of Wands in the room that when you want it, you go get it. But I think that this particular situation, you're waiting to see if it shows up for you, because that's the only way you're going to know that if it actually is for you. If you go off chasing whatever, here, there, and everywhere, you're never going to know what's for you because you're doing it based on need. I feel like you don't need whatever it is. It feels like you've got your back to the Ten of Pentacles because you're confident enough to do that, and you're saying if something's going to show up that's going to be long-term for me, then I'm just going to wait for it to show up. It can tap me on the shoulder when it arrives. It feels here that though the Chariot being in the reverse tells me nothing is moving, but it also feels like this is a very vulnerable place for you to be, that you've never been the one to wait. You've always been the one to go looking for things. We've got the Five of Swords. And so it does feel like you're sort of in your head, like, what is going on? When is this person going to make the decision? The person who's going to hire you, the person who's giving you the raise or the promotion, or the person who you are feeling what you want to be chosen by. It feels like this is the first time, Taurus, where you feel like this person's going to have to choose me or forget it. I'm just going to detach and go on my way. I'm not running around chasing things anymore. And if this person wants me, they can let me know in a clear sign of some sort, or I'm just going to relieve myself of it and let it go. But guess what? I think it does show up. At the second where you detach, Taurus, and it keeps showing up all the time, not only in your reading, but other readings as well. It is really a law of the universe that when you decide to detach and say, you know what, I don't really care about the outcome. I don't care if it shows up. I don't care if it's mine. It is what it is. I did everything that I could do, Nine of Pentacles. I've done everything that I could do from here. And if it shows up, then it's mine. If it doesn't show up, it never was. And so I feel like it is showing up. The Page of Cups is here. I feel like this, you could have been waiting on an apology from someone you had words with. The Five of Swords is here. Someone who you had an argument with. Someone who you wish to heal it with, but you haven't healed it with them yet. Because you know that if this is going to heal, they've got to come to me. That's what it feels like. They've got to come to me and say sorry, because it isn't something that I did. It's something that they did. So it feels like you're either waiting for an apology, or you're waiting for somebody who you have feelings for. It feels like you're waiting for them to choose you. The Chariot's in the reverse, so everything is sort of stopped and someone is holding back while they gain their courage. What is in the outcome, please? I feel like you're going to be pleasantly surprised when this thing shocks. It shocks you and it shows up and it heals everything. Because I feel like you're in this energy of, fine, I don't want it anymore. But when it shows up, it heals everything, and then I think you want it again. It makes you feel very vulnerable. Tell me what the outcome is. We've got the Ace of Swords. Yeah. It's clarity, some sort of clarity or realization is going to be showing up. Someone wants to speak with you. Someone wants to give you clarity on a situation. King of Swords is here. Could be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, or the King of Swords could just represent energy, right? It's not always people that they represent. Could represent energy. Could represent somebody being super clear with you about an apology, or they're trying to explain something to you, the details or the facts of why things went down the way they did. The reason why I haven't talked to you, the reason why we haven't been talking. It feels like somebody here is going to explain. The Six of Pentacles is here. They're going to explain because it matters to them whether they get your attention reciprocally. This person, I feel, is someone who feels you've given them a lot and they want to even the scales. It feels like they want to give back to you what you gave to them. And I think that the way that they're doing that is through words and through actions, because the Queen of Wands is here. And this person, whoever they are, or the situation, or the person hiring, or the person giving you the raise, this person's going to say, I know this has been delayed. I know that I'm the reason for the delay. I don't think that they're coming to give you some sort of really dramatic apology over a fight. It feels like it's a disagreement, or it feels like a fundamental difference. Like you realize that what comes for you is yours. That's why you're not into chasing things around. And I think that somebody's going to say, I know that I've been the reason for the delay. So this is what I'm telling you. Now I'm giving you the raise. Now I'm giving you the promotion. Now I am choosing you romantically. Someone might be revealing, it might be very revealing, that they don't have a whole lot of discipline. Maybe they feel like you're more disciplined than they are in life because you're very confident, you got money, you got stability. Maybe they're a little bit intimidated by you. It's coming up around the corner. Things begin to move quickly. It feels like there is some information or maybe a text that is incoming. It feels like this Ace of Swords with the Eight of Wands tells me somebody is about to say something about their feelings or how they feel about something. So if it's a workplace thing, how they feel about how you move through the company, how they feel about something. They're going to communicate emotional something or other to you. It feels like they're going to have their heart on their sleeve. The Nine of Cups is here. So it feels to me like things are coming into alignment. The Nine of Cups tells me, you know what I really love? Because the Eight of Cups is here. And when you detach from something and you're like, you know what? What's really important is my own happiness. I'm just going to focus on that. I think you go to the Nine of Cups and I think you are happy from the inside out and you don't require any external validations and you finally let go of the equation and then it shows up for you. It comes running at you, in fact. We've got the Page of Swords because I think that you thought that this person had cut you out or they didn't care or they were being aloof or detached, King of Sword, and you just said, fine, whatever, it is what it is. But I think that all along this person has been watching you. I just think that they've been keeping it under wraps here. They really do want to have a conversation with you, but I don't think that they knew how to open the conversation because they left it too long because things were delayed. And they know that they were the ones that delayed it. So somebody here is trying to create an environment of stability with you in order to take this to the next level. The next level of friendship, the next level is your promotion or your raise, or the next level of a relationship. The next time you see them face to face. Feels like the next time you see them, or maybe they might even call you and invite you out. Maybe you're getting the text they're going to ask you, can you come out? Somebody is going to is going to try and be very vulnerable with the way they express themselves to you. That's the star energy, right? Could be an Aquarius. We've got Piscean energy, Cancer. We've got Aquarius and more Cancer. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Gemini. We've got the Strength card is Leo. We've got Taurus, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. We've got Gemini and Aries here as well. All right, all right. Okay, Gemini. Speaking of Gemini, tell me about Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Gemini, don't forget to leave in the comments. Leave me your word for the year. To hell with the resolutions. Screw that stuff. Forget it. Let's just pick a word by which we're going to grow this year. My word is unstoppable. I don't care what the circumstances are. I'm just going to bulldoze that shit. I'm just going to keep moving. Unstoppable. Tell me what your word is, Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me for the next 7 days for Gemini. Something flipped. We've got, there we go, incoming. I want to put my hand around my mouth. Look at this. I'm just going to leave this right here together. This is Gemini energy. Gemini, your energy fell out with the Tower. It feels like there's an aggressive Tower showing up. Maybe you've already been through it. This could be the beginning or the end of a cycle. It feels like something here is about to shift or change. It could be a change of mind, but it also could be that something you say is going to shift things. Tell me what else is going on here for Gemini. We've got the Eight of Cups, we've got the Seven of Wands, and we have the Nine of Wands. It does feel like, I'm going to tell you to brace for something. It feels like you turned your back to a situation and you said, screw it. I'm not going to be treated that way. I don't have to settle for this, and I'm not going to. I'm going to go off and look for the Two Cups, somebody that I can deepen a bond with, a friendship that I can create, or someone I can be honest and truthful and exchange my energy with. The Eight of Cups is here, and the reason the person is leaving on the Eight of Cups because they're not settling for what's not the Ten of Cups, and so they're out looking for the other two. So I feel like you're releasing or turning your back on or detaching from an emotional situation and saying, nope, I'm not doing that anymore. It feels like, I want to say the Seven of Wands didn't give me anything but let's brace for something. It feels like the Seven of Wands is protecting yourself or bracing yourself for something. And it feels like something is shifting in your mind, a thought pattern. You're going to see something differently and something is going to shift here. We've got the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is, I need to be resilient. It feels like we're shifting out of an old cycle and into a new one here. Tell me what this shift is. Tell me what this is here. It feels like you're tired of being resilient because you feel like you always have to protect yourself or you always have to brace for the worst, Gemini. That's what it feels like here. Tell me about Gemini and Scorpio here. We've got the Star. We've got the Ten of Cups. The Queen of Swords. This is the exhale, friend. That's what this is. Look, this is not a tower that you need to be afraid of. This is something that is aggressively coming toward you, and I feel like it is this tower. I feel like it's a shift of the way you're thinking about something. It changes everything. It feels like it changes the illusion. There was an illusion that you called a truth, and I don't know what that is. It'll be different for all of you. There is something that you called truth that actually wasn't the truth. It could be that person is my best friend, or I really trust that person. It feels like something is shifting here, and it feels like it is a good shift. I feel like it's a good shift for you, but it might not be a great shift for someone else. It feels like that the result of your shift may not comply with what someone else felt like they had with you. So it could be a friendship. It could be a workship. It feels like it's energy that is shifting. It feels like there's something that happened here that made you feel or say something very vulnerable to somebody. You expected to get a happy reaction, and I think what you were met with instead was sort of a cold as steel kind of reply. And so it feels like after that, you're like, okay, well, then I'm going to change my mind about how I feel about you. If you're not happy for me and you call yourself my friend or my colleague or the person who's closest to me, then I'm going to have to exactly change what I think about you. Now I feel like you're bracing for change, or you're blocking this person. It feels like the Seven of Wands is, I got to protect myself because now I don't really trust this person anymore. I feel like you were looking for a partner in crime, or you were looking for someone to cheer you on because of the Ten of Cups, and somebody here met you with an unfeeling, honest truth. I think you got to see them for who they really are. Somebody who is not necessarily happy for you when things that are of a joyous nature happen in your life. I feel like you look at somebody differently now. You look at them as the Queen of Swords, rather than somebody who is part of your happy inner circle. This is one person in your life that you chose to be vulnerable with, and I think that they kind of destroyed that with you by giving you this unfeeling or detached, oh, well, that's great. Tell me more about Gemini. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. We've got the Temperance card. And we've got the Two of Pentacles. So it does feel like, I feel like once everything, you know what, it feels like things were falling apart anyway. And I think that you chose to work on it because you're loyal like that. You chose to work on it. I feel like once you came to a place where everything began to fall to the ground, that you tried to keep everything in balance. But I think that you realized that you'd be better off on your own. It does feel like somebody here let you down, and now you feel hurt by them. So I feel like you have decided to turn away or detach. Yeah, it was in a moment of vulnerability where you told somebody something that good that happened to you, and I feel like you were met with somebody who was very unfeeling. And they're like, well, that's great, but don't get used to it because, well, you know what I mean? There was someone who's very cynical. They could have just been happy for you, but they weren't. Got the devil energy here. Interesting. I feel like this is something that has been happening over and over again, but what it came down to is something really good I feel is about to happen to you. And so that's the good news. That's a good part of the tower. Something really good is about to shake your world, and a truth is about to come out that is going to make you very happy. I feel like when you tell certain people or a person or a group about this, you're going to know who's with you and who's against you. Because I think that some people are going to look at you straight face and say, yeah, it's great. Where other people are going to be really happy for you. I think it's an accomplishment. It feels like it's something that you've really worked toward or something you've worked on. Look, it could be maybe you've lost a lot of weight. It could be maybe you've healed something within your body or something within your life or something in a relationship, something that was like on the verge of collapse because it looks like the Two of Pentacles. It feels like you were barely keeping things in order or keeping in balance. And it kept going on and on and on. It could be even a toxic relationship that you parted from. It feels like somebody here is not really happy for you the way that you wish you'd be happy for them. So it's now shifting your view in who they are and who you're going to share. I feel like you're sort of pulling away, putting up boundaries with this person and saying, I don't have to settle for this. Tell me what the outcome is. We've got the Five of Wands. We've got the Nine of Cups. Yeah, that's what it is here. It feels like you really trusted someone to do the right thing and they didn't do it. I feel like this Nine of Cups is telling me that you don't require external validation, that you're really happy for yourself, happy on the inside. But I think that the Five of Wands tells me that now I'm fighting myself. I'm fighting myself because the person who I thought was the only person in my life who was going to do the right thing and give me the pat on the back and say, hey, good job, is a person who doesn't seem very happy for me at all. The Three of Wands is in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. And so it feels like something fell flat. That maybe you are going on a cruise or a trip, something like that. And this person is kind of maybe envious that you're going on this trip or this cruise. And so they're like, yeah, whatever, good for you. Tell me what's around the corner here. We've got the Empress energy. We've got the Four of Wands. That's what it is. It's your stability, friend. And we've got the King of Swords in the reverse. You know what it is? It's your stability. You've gained some sort of notoriety, stability. You feel like a whole person. You're happy. People are noticing you. You've had a glow up. You've got stability in your life. And I feel like there's somebody here who is very cynical. They're smack talking you. Look, the King of Swords is in the reverse. This is somebody who's kind of rude to you. This is somebody who is very unfeeling. King of Swords is going to be detached anyway. That's an air sign energy, mostly Aquarius. But you would have thought that this person, in their ability to be harmonious and balanced like Libra is, but instead you got the King of Swords in the reverse. You go like, whatever. Buy your house, I don't care. I feel like you finally got to the dream home, or you're going on the trip, the adventure, or this Four of Wands is telling me stability, or maybe you met a soulmate. It's something that's really good that's happening in your life, and I feel like it's opening a brand new door for you, and somebody here is just like poo-pooing all over it. They're like, yeah, whatever. But all these 100 things could go wrong, right? You probably bought the wrong house. Yeah, that relationship isn't going to last. Like, it feels like somebody you really trusted to be on your side. Yeah, and it feels like it's weighing heavy on someone. I feel like your accomplishments are weighing heavy on someone that you've known for a dog's age, a really long time, and I feel like you've been very loyal to this friend for a very long time, and then you show up with all this great news, whatever the great news is for you. It could be work, could be love, could be stability, buying a house, whatever it is, it's good news, and this person is like, well, whatever, step through your door then. Yeah, feels like a little bit of envy. We have Pisces, we've got Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Sagittarius, Taurus, and Libra. More Taurus, we've got Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, I said that already, Pisces, more Aquarius, and we've got Aries here at the bottom of the deck. All right, Cancer. Tell me about Cancer. Cancer, don't forget to pick your word. Let me know what your word is for the year instead of those silly resolutions. Pick a word, keep it with you. Work toward that word, doing all things in that word. My word is unstoppable. I'm just going to bulldoze that stuff. People better watch out. I'm just going to bulldoze it, man. I'm just going to get all the things that I want. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to be unstoppable. Tell me what your word is, Cancer. And let's look at you for the next 7 days. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got the 5 of Cups. We've got the 4 of Swords. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. And we've got the Hanged Man. I feel like you are busy healing some financial stuff here. Busy healing your abundance. Busy healing in general. The 4 of Swords here is the healing, and it feels like you have probably in the recent past endured some disappointments or heartbreaks. And it might be financial or it might be emotional. It feels like things that you didn't expect, things that surprised you. This has all given you perspective, I feel. So it's giving you perspective. I feel like you're waiting for the right moment of some sort of epiphany or some sort of realization or an aha moment here. It feels like you will gain perspective, and I feel like it's coming soon, as to why things happened the way they did. Whatever it was, it could be something that was financial. It could be something that was emotional. It feels like if it was an emotional thing, that something surprised you that you're not a fan of, because the 5 of Cups is here and it feels like it is regret or sadness. It feels like you are healing that, trying to stabilize that, and I feel like you get a perspective on it as you're doing that. I feel like somebody here is healing their finances, by the way. It feels like 2026 is going to be the year that you get a perspective on your stability and where you need to plant next. It feels like you've got seeds of intention, and it feels like you are ready to open a new door financially, heal your finances, get things in order, and I feel like you're seeing things in a different perspective. 2025 may have not been a great financial year for you, a very good financial stable year. Tell me about the 5 of Cups. We've got the 3 of Wands. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. I see. It feels like things are healing themselves. You're creating new opportunities for yourself financially, but you are feeling sort of regretful because you know that you're going to have to leave the place where you are right now. Because once you get a perspective about where you want to put these pentacles, it is going to escalate quickly into this Queen of Pentacles energy. You're about to make some sort of an investment that's going to heal your finances and bring you to this place of the Queen of Pentacles. It's coming up in the future. It feels like it's an opportunity that you create for yourself by manifesting it. It feels like once it shows up, you get the perspective about what you're supposed to do from here. I really feel like it's a year of the finances being healed for you, but I think it shows up quite out of nowhere because we saw the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck in the future. It feels like it shows up as a surprise. You weren't expecting it for sure, and it's while you're sort of looking into the future, hoping, wishing, and listen, hoping and wishing and thinking about something on a loop is a manifestation. So it feels like this magician energy, that what you've done inadvertently is you've used the tools that have been given to you, looking into the future and hoping for the best for your future, focusing on yourself, getting your stability, and I think that it's right here. I think you're at the beginning of it here because you're at the beginning of the year. So I think soon you'll see the perspective that you're coming out of this place of financial hardship, possibly. It feels like you're healing something emotionally, but you're also healing some financial things this year. We've got the 8 of Swords. That opportunity I was talking about that might surprise you might show up in the next 7 days. We've got the 8 of Swords. It does feel like you're like, what do I do from here? I'm not really sure what to do from here. But in thinking about it round and round and round and overthinking it is creating this momentum that the magician has. You're actually creating, you're thinking of a way out of whatever the situation is that you're in financially. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. You feel trapped, like your hands are tied, that there isn't anything that you can do because I don't really have the extra to give. I don't really have the extra. And so the the devil energy is telling me that this is what you're thinking on a loop. I think you're worried about your financial situation. Or is 2026 just going to be another shit show of a year of me just barely getting by, barely making ends meet? And I'm going to say, I don't think that that's the truth, Cancer. I think that that's something you're telling yourself, because the Eight of Swords is a place where you put yourself. You put yourself in this overthinking place. And what you're thinking is negative things. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Look, you can reverse Uno what you're attracting, right? If you think you can't do it, there you are. You're absolutely correct. If you think you can do it, there you are. You're absolutely correct. You are the one that's creating your external path, right? So if you think you can do it, the path will open. If you don't think you can do it, the path will remain closed. So I feel like there is something here that's going on in a loop, and it's like doubt, fear. I don't think it's going to happen. It feels like it's the negative reel that's going on in your head, and I think that's something that you need to put a stop to. So I think that you do, because I think this is something that you're about to heal, because you're about to get a different perspective about something here. You might be feeling that you have a lot of bills. You might be worrying about taxes, bills, year-end stuff. It feels like somebody here is feeling exhausted from carrying it all alone. It feels like you're trying to be resilient in the face of economic crisis, or what you see as an economic crisis. I'm here to tell you that this year it's going to heal. It's not going to heal all by itself. I'm going to say you need to look for the opportunities, look for the job, look for a place with more money. It feels like whatever you're putting your energy into is going to produce some sort of an abundant healing. You're going to get a different perspective on your financial situation this year. Tell me more about the outcome for Cancer. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Well, there it is, friend. Everything's about to change for you. The Ace of Wands, and it's about to be really exciting. I'm telling you, this is the year. It doesn't happen with you sitting like a potato on the sofa watching your favorite trash TV. That's not how it happens, right? It happens through actions. It happens through thinking things over and getting a different perspective. It happens by getting out of this mental place that you have yourself in, where you're thinking like, it's never going to happen. It's not going to happen. I don't know why I watch tarot. I don't know why I do this. I don't know why I give myself hope, because it's never going to happen. And that's the manifestation. I'm telling you, it's connected. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. It feels like here that you have been waiting and waiting and waiting for something to change. And I feel like this is the year that something changes. We are in the year of one. 2026, we're in the year of one. Guess what? The Wheel of Fortune just entered the chat, and it is card number 10, which breaks down into a 1. This is your year of destiny, friend. This is the year where everything changes and expands, whether that's your job or your relationships, or your life is expanding, and it's going to be very exciting. But I don't think that you think it's going to happen because you've been waiting for so long. Look, maybe you're coming out of a 7-year hardship or a 5-year hardship, but it feels like something here is about to change. And when you finally put the effort in, the time or the energy or the money or whatever it is, the seed that you're dropping here, it escalates quickly. Tell me what is around the corner for Cancer, please. We've got the Knight of Cups. Yeah, something definitely has been moving really, really slow. But I feel like this Page of Pentacles being in the reverse tells me that maybe it's because you've been idle. It feels like you are going to be celebrating something. The Knight of Cups tells me that you've been slow to make the offer. You've been slow to actually plant the seed. That you don't really trust the situation, or maybe you've lost hope about the situation because everything has been moving so slowly. The Knight of Cups is here, and that's the passive knight. That's the one who is got their heart in it, but they're like, instead of going straight, they're going around and round and off into the sunset, and they're romanticizing, fantasizing. It feels like somebody here has not really been doing the effort or the energy or the time or the money, not really engaged in planting the seeds in the yard to grow the garden. They're just sort of fantasizing, sitting around thinking, oh, but when it grows, it's going to be so grand. I think that you just want to skip to the good part about the celebration. I think you will have celebration, but I think it's going to take a little bit of work, friend. But I think right now it's the biggest job you have is to get out of this negative energy. We've got the Five of Swords here. So it's like you you romanticize or fantasize about how good it could be, and then you don't do any work, and so you have no production, right? So because the Page of Pentacles is in the reverse. It does feel like you haven't yet applied for the job, or you haven't yet planted the garden, or you haven't yet done the thing that you need to do. You need to take action on something in order for it to be able to work out for you. And I don't think that it is at this place yet where you're ready to have faith and hope. That's what it feels like. But honestly, it's all connected to the Magician. The Magician is what's going on right now. You're manifesting this energy of I can't. It won't happen. I don't know why I'm even got hope about it. I think you're fighting yourself. I feel like the Five of Swords is telling me that that's the mental thing that's going on. It's the obstruction that's going on in the mind. There's something you're worried about, and I think it's money. So I think by turning your back on it and actually taking action and planting something, planting a seed with someone, applying for the job, or maybe you don't think that you have enough education to apply for a certain job or to apply for school, whatever it is, it feels like you have to take action first. High Priestess, your intuition has been telling you that joy is on the way, but it is going to take you coming out of the dark night of the soul in order to get the spotlight and have victory and success. So this is the dark night of the soul, I feel, is what you're going through here. There's a way out. The Six of Wands shows us that. There's a way out into the sunlight. We do have Capricorn. We have Cancer energy. We have Aquarius. We have Pisces energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have Aries energy. Virgo and Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. All right. Tell me about Leo. Tell me about Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Leo, did you pick your word for 2026? Throw away your resolution and pick your word, friend. One word that you're going to carry throughout the year. Mine is unstoppable. I'm just going to bulldoze it all and get what I want. Tell me about Leo. If there's anyone who understands getting what you want or the bulldoze, it's you, Leo. I'm a Leo Jupiter, by the way. I think at some point Jupiter is supposed to show up in your sign. Jupiter, by the way, rules the Wheel of Fortune, which is destiny. And it's your abundance. So I feel like you're going to have a pretty good year. At least it's going to start out pretty well. Tell me about Leo, please. Next 7 days, tell me about Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Leo, we have the Three of Pentacles. Something here that you've built that is pretty sturdy or stable, or you will be building here. I think you're doing it on your own. It might happen around eclipse season, which I think is in your season, I think. July or August. I could be wrong. Anyways, you can look it up yourself. But I think it is. I feel like it's usually around that time, right? July, August, that we have eclipse season. Because I'm just looking here because there's an eclipse here on this cup. The Six of Cups is here. Tell me more. The King of Wands. The King of Wands is looking at the Six of Cups. It feels like you want to pursue something for a second time or a third time. I want to try this again. It feels like you're remembering something. It feels like a remembrance, or there's something here that I walked away from back there. Maybe I'm ready to try to build the foundation of this thing again. Could be a relationship, could be a job, could be a family member relationship. But it feels like I'm ready to put a little bit of effort, time, collaboration, cooperation behind this, and maybe build a foundation again. But it does feel like this thing is already in the past. I'm going to say, though, the King of Wands is facing the Six of Cups. So it feels like you want to embark on some sort of a journey or go get something, or you're looking at something that's nostalgic. So it almost feels like you walked away from something here, something that wasn't working out for you. And you may have walked away from it around in 2025, the last eclipse season. You may have eclipsed something from your life or cut someone out of your life. The Six of Cups is nostalgia, so I feel like you're reminiscing. Maybe I should try this again. Maybe I should approach this person again. Maybe I should approach the job again, the situation. Maybe I should apply again. Maybe I should go back to the art class. Feels like you're going to try something again. You built a little bit of a foundation there, and I feel like you want to try to go back to see if I can build a further foundation. Interesting that the Tower shows up, because it feels like you are having some sort of a shift here. We've got the Hermit energy and the Queen of Wands. It looks like it could be about a person. It feels like you've been distant or quiet. There's been silence or distance or just complete nothing between you and somebody else. I feel like this is a person who mirrors you. I feel like you're attracted to them. They're attracted to you. It does feel like a strong physical attraction. It feels like you and this person had time enough to build a small foundation of some sort. You could be friends. You could be in the same friend group, or maybe you live in the same neighborhood, or maybe you did. But it feels like things went quiet. I feel like the Tower is here to shake that down. I feel like you're about to bust into someone's life here. Well, not bust in, but you know what I mean. The Tower being here with the Hermit tells me that the illusion is that there is distance, or that it's quiet, or it feels like you watch them online possibly, but you don't comment on anything. That possibly you're watching them online, but it feels like the Tower is here to bust through the Hermit energy. I feel like you're about to make some sort of bold move to go get something that you want. And maybe this is like someone from your past, or this is a second time around on something. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could definitely be a job. We've got the Three of Pentacles here. It could definitely be, this person is drawing someone here. So it could be an art class or something that you felt very vulnerable doing. Because when the Tower's here, you end up being very vulnerable about something. It could be that you were not emotionally vulnerable enough to deal with something back there. So maybe that's why you're coming back around and wanting to try it again. We've got the Star. Just as I was speaking about vulnerability, the Star is that. That's why, the person on the Star ends up showing up scantily clad, right? So they call it sky clad. And this person has no clothes on because they're feeling very vulnerable to the universe. They're feeling very vulnerable in their emotions, and they're trying to heal things. I feel like you are feeling a lot more emotionally vulnerable than you were at the time when things parted, when you parted ways with someone, or you stopped the class, or you opted out of whatever class you were taking. It feels like you weren't vulnerable enough to do it. You were just trying to burn your way through it, go through the motions, and that is not how you deal with emotional things. I don't think it was working out for you. We've got the Six of Pentacles. And we got the Queen of Swords. So it feels like you do want to speak with someone again because you're feeling a lot more vulnerable. It feels like you are remembering, because the nostalgia is here, you're remembering or realizing, gosh, this person was really giving. This person really gave me a lot. They may have changed your mind about vulnerability. This may have been the only person who allowed you, or you felt comfortable with being vulnerable with your words, vulnerable with your passion. This may be someone you felt very comfortable being honest with. This is a person who allowed you to keep your boundaries and was okay with you being who you were and didn't press you or force you to share things about yourself that you weren't comfortable sharing. But I think it's a realization that you weren't vulnerable enough back then, that you did keep certain boundaries with this person. It does feel like a situationship, or somebody that I feel that you wouldn't let them get close, Leo, is what it feels like. Because the Queen of Swords is here with the boundaries and being very pointed and honest and truthful, but also staying in balance and keeping things in check. This is someone who's speaking in swords. This is not emotions. This is someone who is keeping things in check. I'm just going to let you see the curated version of me. But now I think that you're feeling your feelings. You're realizing that somebody here really did love you, or they really did care for you. This person here is giving a gift to the people, right? So someone who was an overgiver, I feel like you're feeling like maybe I should go back there and say thank you, or maybe I should go back there and try this again. I think that the reason that you haven't done this yet is because you're scared of rejection. You're scared that this person won't even answer your communication. It feels like you and this person had a lot of fun, and I think that's what you're remembering. The 3 of Cups is here, and the 6 of Cups is here. I feel like your 10 Cups is here. Maybe at one point you thought that maybe that they would be the person that you would be with, but it never really happened that way. That we could be talking about a friendship as well, not necessarily love. But I feel like the only reason that you have not reached out yet to this person is because you feel like you may be rejected, or they may ignore you, or ignore your text, or ignore your email. But I feel like you want to try again. Feels like you want to reach out to this person, no matter what their capacity was for you. But like I said, it doesn't have to be a person. It could be a class. It could be something that you were learning and you threw it down and said, you know, I don't even know why I'm doing this art class, because I'm not an artist. Like, it feels like you were feeling it, and the reason that you threw it down, understand, isn't because it wasn't for you. It was because you weren't vulnerable enough for it. Tell me what the outcome is for Leo. We've got the Knight of Wands. Got the 7 of Cups. Yeah, we didn't know what to call this. We didn't know what it was. I don't know what it was that I was feeling. I'm not really sure what it was that I was feeling. Like the Ace of Cups comes out on its side. Whenever something comes out on its side, friend, it is because that was the challenge. I think that somebody here was making you feel your feelings, and when they made you feel your feelings, you took off. You ran for the hills. That's what it feels like. It made you destabilized. You weren't really sure. It made you overwhelmed with your feelings. Your feelings overflowed. This person made you feel something, and it freaked you out. That's what it feels like. So I think that now you really are vulnerable, that you want to revisit this here. Tell me more about Leo. What's around the corner? We've got the Sun in the reverse, but will they be happy to see me? We've got the Chariot. This looks like I don't care if they're happy to see me. I'm just going to go get what I want. And then we have the 2 of Swords. Very interesting. So I feel like now you're attached to your emotions. Now you're attached to your intuition. Now you're not in this I'll see it when I believe it phase of your life. It feels like you're trying to remove some sort of an emotional block by getting in your Chariot and going. You've disciplined your feelings. You've disciplined your feminine and masculine energies, but now you're not really sure if this person's going to be happy to see you. I don't know that you care. I'm going to say the Sun being in the reverse is always the Sun, but it's not really a breakthrough. I don't think that you care. I don't think that you care whether this person wants to see you or not. I think you're just going to go do it. 4 of Wands is in the reverse, which tells me maybe they don't live there anymore. Do you know what I mean? Maybe this person moved. Maybe this is destabilizing for you. This is not something that you usually do. The Hierophant. Ooh, you're serious, are you? The King of Cups. Oh boy. And the King of Swords. I feel like you're going to give somebody an explanation. Look, I had my walls up. I didn't know how to feel my feelings. I was in my King of Swords energy. I was just being very, very surgical with you. I was hiding my feelings. I was keeping them under the surface because I didn't want you to cut me. But I think you're really serious about someone here. Serious about building a structure to see if they want to come along with you. Oh, yes. Who's that? Come away with me in the night. Come away with me and I'll write you a song. Come away with me on a mountaintop. Because I want to be with you on a cloudy day where the rain is falling on a tin roof. Look, it's a romantic thing, friend. That's a very romantic song. Who is that? What is her name? You know who I'm talking about. You can put her name in the comments if you want to. I can never remember her name. No, You'll put it in the comments. I'll know who it is. All right. So we have Cancer energy. We have Aries. We have Libra. We have Aquarius. And Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We have Cancer. Leo is here. Virgo, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. We've got Scorpio energy here and Taurus. All right. I can hear the song and I can't remember her name. Yes. Feels like a romantic thing. All right. Tell me about Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Virgo, did you pick your word for the year? I hope you did. Mine is unstoppable. Tell me about Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's going on for the next 7 days in 2026? This is the first sneak peek for the week this year. Tell me about Virgo. Oh God, now I can't get that song out of my head. Tell me about Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got the Ten of Pentacles. We've got the Sun. Wow. Virgo, you're about to hit something. You're about to have a financial breakthrough here, my friend. Something big is on the horizon for you. Some sort of financial breakthrough. That's what it feels like here. Tell me more. Three of Wands. It's coming. It's in the future. I'm going to say it's probably about three weeks away. It could be for some of you in the next 7 days, but because the Three of Wands is showing up here, it feels like it's in the near future, and it feels like for some of you, it could be next week. For some of you, it could be in the next 3 weeks. Weeks are wands for me. We have the Ace of Swords. You're going to get a call. You're going to get call, communication, epiphany, realization. Look, this could be a breakthrough that you're having about your financial future. It could be maybe you've decided that you're going to put some sort of money away for trust for the kids, or maybe you're going to start a new job. Maybe you're going to get a raise. Maybe you're going to have a breakthrough about where I can get more finances. It also feels like somebody here, I want to say that in the future, you're about to get some really good news about your health. So if you've been worrying about something that might be going wrong with your health, I feel like you've either healed it or there is a way to heal it. So it feels like the Sun, there is a breakthrough, some sort of a breakthrough in the Ten of Pentacles, and that's time, effort, energy, money, that's health, that's wealth. It does feel like, there is something that the sun is shining on here. It's like a really sunshiny future because you're about to get an epiphany, a realization, or some clarity about money, about your future, about something that has to do with the Ten of Pentacles. Tell me about this. Got the Hierophant in the reverse. Got the Justice card. Oh, some sort of karma is going to be fulfilled in a very non-traditional way. So it feels like it's going to come to you in a weird sort of way. What does that mean? Harmony will come in a non-traditional way. Tell me one more card here. The Two of Swords. Something that was blocked, or somebody wouldn't make a decision, or something legal, a legal decision. It could be for some of you, not all of you, of course, but the Two of Swords is here with the Justice card. We're not going to ignore that, right? Somebody with their eyes covered, somebody who wasn't able to make a decision is releasing something, is releasing a statement, is about to say something. Something that was disappointing or heartbreaking is going to come to you in a non-traditional way. You're about to get some really, really good news that is going to be a major breakthrough for your future, my friend. So it feels like something that was, feels like a block is being removed. We won't ignore that, Justice and the person on the Two of Swords, they both have their eyes covered, but these are both Libra energies. So I feel like what you don't see coming is that there is some sort of harmony, karma being balanced. There is some sort of balance being paid off. Like it feels like somebody's paying something off, or maybe it's you. Maybe you're paying the last payment on the mortgage or the house or the car or something. It could be that. But it feels like there is a decision being made that could be legal, doesn't have to be. And the information comes to you in a non-traditional way, which means that it could be a knock on the door with the papers in hand. Or something, if you're used to getting your information via email, you won't get it that way, you'll get it via phone call. To me, when it's swords, it's somebody in your face or speaking to you. It's somebody who is looking at you while they talk to you. This is verbal. Could be over the phone for sure. We've got the Queen of Swords. Something is, look, Libra, Libra, Libra. Something is coming into balance here. We've got the Seven of Cups. Something that was confusing, overwhelming. It feels like there was no clear-cut decision or clear-cut way to the answer. That it was confusing and it was making everyone involved very emotional about the outcome, which is going to be a lot of balance or stability or money, or it's now giving you a solid foundational place, a place to stand, a place to call your own. The King of Pentacles is really good with money, finances. They could be someone who is an actuary, somebody who is the bank manager, right? Somebody who's dealing in financial things. This doesn't have to be, of course, part of your energy, but you know, you are the earth sign and you are Virgo, and this is Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn energy. It feels like you were dealing in a very highly complex financial confusion or illusion. And I feel like somebody is bringing that into a reckoning. Like it feels like an answer is coming, the truth, the honest truth is coming. Somebody's making the final decision and something will be restored for you, friend. It feels financial or related to health. And it feels like it comes in right under the line at the very last minute when you just don't have any other resources, or you just can't stand up anymore. It feels like it comes in the moment when you're just in the burnout phase. We've got the outcome, which is Seven of Pentacles. Yep, Seven of Wands. And we've got the Six of Pentacles. So it does feel like, look, the hands are open. It feels like somebody who was trying to block you. And that's what took so long. Somebody was trying to block you from getting what was yours. And that's why it took so long. But I feel like you are, this person I feel is handing it over. I don't know why I'm hearing hand it over. That's what Charlie said. They're going to hand it over. Maybe this is a custody battle. Feels like somebody's going to hand it over. Feels like you're the winner. Something is coming that you never thought would happen. Because when the Hierophant's in the reverse, we're not following protocol. We're not following the rules. It's like somebody threw out the book and said, no, that doesn't apply here right now for Virgo. Yeah, what's around the corner? The Empress. Wow, the Strength card. And the Four of Pentacles. So there is something here that I feel that you were holding on to super tight. And that was something to do with your stability, your the way you express yourself. It feels like something here was holding you back from being who you really are. And I think now you're going to be able to find the courage to show people who you really are. Because whatever this is finally coming to fruition. It feels like life was in a stall. It was stalled, held back, something stopped. It feels like you were holding on to the hope that they would find the courage to bring forward the stability, the abundance, the Empress to say something. But the Queen of Swords tells me that something is going to be said in your favor here. Of course, the Justice card is here and the Star. Something is being healed. Yeah. I've got the Three of Swords. It was heartbreaking. It was emotionally heartbreaking. There was a foundation an emotional foundation that had crumbled here because something had ended. And you didn't know what to do about it because you couldn't see. The moon was here. The moon was sort of hiding this end of, this milestone. You couldn't see that it was coming. Yeah, there was emotional heartbreak here. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me what's going on. I always come in on chapter 7 of a good 20-chapter book, and I never know what the hell's going on. Maybe you can tell me what's going on. We've got Aquarius. We've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, Aries. We've got Leo, Libra, and Taurus. We've got Leo, more Taurus energy. We've got Libra, Taurus, Virgo. Your energy is there. Feels like it's something you've been waiting forever for sure. All right, Libra. Tell me about Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. Libra, did you pick your word for the year? Tell me what your word is. Put it in the comments. No more of this silly making New Year's resolution stuff. Tell me about your word. What are you going to do? You're going to do all things with this word. Mine is unstoppable. I'm just going to keep moving this year. I don't care what brick walls are in front of me. I'm just going to put my head down, horns up, keep moving. Tell me about Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about the next 7 days for Libra. We've got the Three of Wands. We've got the Three of Pentacles. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune is here. We're moving forward on some sort of foundation that is already built. It feels like something's about to change. You built a foundation with somebody, something, a business, a person, whatever it is. It's pentacles in the pentacle world. You built a foundation. You worked really hard on it. You organized some sort of, yeah, it's like we built it to a certain place here. And now everything is about to change in the future here. Going into the future, somebody's like, something's got to change with this partnership. Something's got to change. The star is coming up a lot today. The star is here. I think somebody is hopeful that the future is going to change something. Now, it does feel like it is something that you've already put some effort, time, and energy into building. It could be a group. It could be a community. It could be a friend of a friend. But it does feel like it's something that's solid, that you've built some sort of solid friendship or a solid partnership with someone here. And I feel like you're making a decision. It's the only star I've ever seen where somebody's holding 2 swords. I think that's what that is. Oh, no, maybe it's not. Kind of does. I don't know. Maybe they're vials of water. 2s are always choices, though. So it feels like you're making some sort of a choice. And as you make the choice to heal, the choice to manifest, the choice to hope again, that it changes everything. It changes your whole future is what I'm saying. It feels like you're about to change your whole future with one decision. Tell me about the Three of Wands. Destiny's here, and so change is imminent, right? And this is the year of 1. The wheel is card number 10. This is a destined change that's about to change everything in the future. Tell me about Libra. We've got the 8 of Cups. We've got the Lovers. And we've got the 6 of Swords. Look, somebody here made a choice to turn their back on the situation, detach from it emotionally, and move forward to a calmer place. It feels like whether this is you or someone who is outside of you, it feels like somebody here was so close to making a choice, but it became too chaotic in the mind. I can't do this. I can't do it. Like, I feel like this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy together here, it feels like I can't do it. It feels like because you couldn't do it or because you couldn't move forward, that somebody detached from you emotionally. It feels like it was a detachment. It feels like it was a choice to do that. And it was a choice to move forward. So I feel like we're moving forward in silence. We think about each other, but we don't really talk about each other or talk to each other. But it feels like everything is about to change here in a very hopeful situation because I feel like the foundation you built stuck, I want to say. This person is still your friend. Or if this is romantic, this person still has feelings for you because the Lovers is here. They still would choose you. So I don't think anything has changed. I think the foundation stuck. But I feel like something is about to change in the future. And I think that you're hopeful that something will change in the future and turn into the Lovers, which could be a choice that you're making or they're making, or this could be a romantic thing, right? Tell me more. We've got the Ace of Wands in the reverse. We've got the 3 of Swords. Now you got the Emperor. I think you're having a hard time standing up, like stepping up, taking control of the situation. I want to say that whoever you are, whether you're a woman or a man, that you are having a hard time stepping into your masculine energy. And when you are, like, understand please that whether you're a woman or a man, some people choose their masculine energy that's how they lead life. And some people choose their feminine. It doesn't matter whether you're in a man or a woman's body. But the reason I'm saying that is because the Emperor is here, and the Emperor knows that I must step up and be the one who pursues my dreams, pursues whatever it is that I want. I feel like somebody is regretful that they did not pursue the passion at the time when it presented itself. I feel like the Ace of Wands being in the reverse is somebody's like, is there still a spark? Like, should I don't know, is this person still excited to see me? Can I get stability with them or no? It feels like somebody here is like, I may have lost my chance. Somebody feels like I may have lost the chance here. Disappointed in myself that I didn't stand up. But look, maybe you just weren't in the Emperor energy. It takes a lot to be there. It takes a lot of wisdom, a lot of thinking, a lot of knowing. It takes a long time to be the Emperor. You don't just get to be the Emperor just because you're an Aries. And you don't even have to be an Aries because this is all of the kings, right? This is wisdom. So I feel like somebody is feeling regretful or disappointed that they didn't stand up as the Emperor and take charge and pursue what they wanted at the time when it presented itself. And now I'm wondering, at the Ace of Wands in the reverse, is there even a spark here? Because somebody turned their back. I feel like somebody turned their back to you or disconnected from you, pulled back their emotional energy, because all we have or left here is swords. So it turned into swords. Somebody here had to go to a calmer place in the mind because it was too chaotic. I couldn't think about this anymore. Seven of Wands is here. So did someone put up their boundaries? Is that it? You're wondering if they blocked you. You're wondering if you are still as special to them as you were. Whether this is friendship or love, it feels like you're wondering, is there a way that I can hop the boundary? Are these boundaries solid? Are they never going to let me in? Have they blocked me? Maybe I just have to stand up for myself. In the Emperor's energy here. Tell me what the outcome is. It feels like somebody here is, something is going to change. And I feel like something is going to change. I feel like something's changed. Maybe you feel more hopeful for the future. And maybe you didn't at the time that this was going on. But I feel like you're now stepping up in the Emperor's energy, feeling like I can stand up for myself. I can say something, but is it too late? That's what it feels like here. Tell me what is the outcome, please, for Libra. We've got the Moon energy, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, and the Tower. So, it feels like there's a sneak attack going on here, Libra. It could be you, could be someone outside of you. You can tell me. But the Moon is here. And so it feels like there's some really deep, deep feelings that are hiding here. What's hiding in the Moon energy is the Ace of Pentacles. I feel as though it's very interesting the way these have come out together, because you can see that the fox is looking at the Moon energy like it's back there. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have created the illusion that I wasn't interested, because I think your interest, you actually had a big interest. I think you really do want to invest in something or plant a seed or change something, be industrious, work on something. The Tower is here. I feel like the Ace of Coins, it feels like this is the shift. It feels like you get out of the Moon energy into this Ace of Pentacles, and it feels like you're ready to make an offer or begin again or start something new or plant a seed with someone somewhere. Something is shifting here. Tell me what is shifting. What's shifting is, I think that you are moving from the speed of a snail, to the speed of light. It feels like this Ten of Swords is the end of something or the release of moving too slow. That's why the Tower is here. Tell me what is coming around the corner. So I feel like you're standing up now in your big boy boots or your big girl boots, and you're going after something that you want. Tell me what is around the corner here for Libra. We have the 10 of Cups, or 9 of Cups, sorry. We have the 10 of Cups. I said 10 and it was 9. And then we have the Page of Cups. So yeah, there it is. I feel like you've decided that you deserve happiness. You deserve joy. And you have realized that no matter what happens here, that you don't need external validation. So I feel like you are probably going to talk to someone about making an investment. Can we get to know each other? Can we build this foundation? Can we add the 1 to the 4 to the 3 and make 4? Can we Can we stabilize something here? Because I don't want to let go of you. It feels like you're still holding on to hope. But it does feel like you've got to pick up the pace. And I think that you're ready to do that. The Page of Cups tells me somebody's about to be surprised and it's going to be a joyous surprise. So either somebody's coming to you to tell you about their feelings, and it took me long, I know, I just didn't have the energy or the time to do it. I'm disappointed that I didn't do it back here. Feels like there could be an apology that comes along with it. But this could be you that's doing this, or this could be someone outside of you. Ace of Cups is here, friends. We're at the beginning of, because I feel like you've already got memories with this person, really good memories with them, and I feel like you want to see them again. Feels like we want reconciliation, or we want a reunion, or let's go out together, let's get our friends together and go out because I want to investigate this spark. We've been apart from each other for too long. I think you're finally, Libra, making a decision. Oh, look at this. You're finally making a decision about the Two of Cups. Yeah, because I think you've got some feelings. I think you're in your feelings about someone, Libra. All right. Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer on board here. We've got Leo. We've got Aries. We've got Libra. Virgo. Gemini energy, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius, more Scorpio. We've got Capricorn. Got Aries, Gemini, and Pisces energy. All right, Libra. Get it. Go get it, Libra. Let's talk about you, Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's your word for the year, friend? Did you pick one? Put it in the comments. I want to know what it is because I'm nosy like that. Scorpio, let's find out what's going on for you. My word, by the way, is unstoppable. That's my word for the year. And I hope you have one too. I hope you'll share it. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. The next 7 days for Scorpio, please. Tell me what Scorpio needs to know. Scorpio. We've got the 9 of Swords. What are you worried about? What's going on here? We've got the, you're worried about taking a risk of some sort. A passionate risk here, Scorpio. You're in a pause at this time. You've gained some sort of perspective, but now you've got to take action. It's freaking you out. What's this? You've gotten your perspective here. Oh boy. Okay, there it is. Somebody here's gotten their perspective on somebody who I feel that you've had some really good eye contact with. Look, the one thing I know about Scorpio and that I adore about you, Scorpio, whether you're the feminine or the masculine leaning, is that you bore a hole in people with this Scorpio stare. I love it. And it does feel like it's somebody that you've been in great eye contact with in the past. I feel like you have some sort of a passionate feeling that you're trying to, I'm going to say with this Pisces energy here, that you're trying to cool your jets, is what it feels like. So the Hanged Man is Piscean energy, but it also is perspective. Like the worry here is, what am I going to have to sacrifice? If I decide to really move forward, take a risk with the Lovers, what am I going to have to sacrifice? And that's what worries me. Should I stay in the pause? It feels like you're trying to, what is the word I'm looking for? You're trying to, all I can come up with is cool your jets. Feels like you're trying to douse the fire, that you're really attracted to someone here and you really do want to pursue. But I feel also that the Knight of Wands is telling me that it's on wobbly legs a little bit, that you're not sure if this is solid. Like, I don't want a situationship. That's what worries me. That's not what I want. So tell me about the 9 of Swords. You're making a choice to get out of the pause because you've reached some sort of realization or you've reached this, why can't I get the word? Perspective. But I think what's worrying you is moving forward. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Got the Tower. 3 of Cups. Look, it feels like Jeez, or Scorpio. It feels like I know what I want. Now I just got to convince the other person that they want it too. That's what it feels like here. I think that this person is somebody that you know that is in your social group, socialize with them. It feels like when you see them the next time is when this tower falls. I want to say that the illusion breaks apart. The illusion, my friend, is that you wanted to be in the pause. That this isn't for me. Yeah. I'm just going to sit here and think about it. It's not for me. Because I'm not into taking risks. Like, it feels like somebody's trying to convince themselves that they're not into taking risks with the Queen of Pentacles. I'm in this Queen of Pentacles energy. I'm solid. I'm stable. I'm grounded. I've got everything that I need. Why would I want to rock all of that? I don't think you have a choice because the tower shows up. And I feel like it's like you sitting there, and when they walk in the room, you're like, oh God, here they are. Or when you're sitting there and they walk in the room. Do you know what I mean? It feels like everything shatters. All of this stability. Yeah, I'm going to hold myself back. All this cool dude stuff you're doing here. Cool girl stuff you're doing. Nah, I don't need them. This detached stuff. I think it all goes out the window when the tower falls. You might be bumping into somebody literally. So look, maybe you didn't expect to see this person again. And maybe you end up in the lineup at Walmart. I don't know. And you end up stepping backwards and you step on their foot. Like, it feels like you bump into this person. It could be deliberate because the Three of Cups here to me is a deliberate, I'm giving you an invitation, or we end up in the same place because our friend group is there. It could be that. But there is a celebration coming up that causes a tower. And I think where it is that it has you losing your footing, gets you unstable, and you move into the Knight of Wands energy, which is the pursuit energy. Two of Cups. Look at this. Can't ignore any of this stuff. The Nine of Cups is here. Boy, oh boy. The universe is really on it, huh? So I think that the tower falls. I think that the illusion is shattered, that you wanted to be alone, or that you didn't want this person, or that the eye contact you had didn't mean anything. Look at these two. Boring a hole through each other. The eye contact you had didn't mean anything. They were just friends. We're just deepening a friendship here. And things are just coming into alignment. But I think that what you're going to realize as the tower falls is that somebody here really is your wish fulfillment. It's a breakthrough. The sun is here and the gong is vibrating and the Two of Cups is here, and we can't ignore any of that. Two of Swords, making the decision on the spot. I'm just going to take my shot right here, right now. I'm just going to take my shot. And it does feel like it probably is something to do with feelings, romance. Got a lot of cups here, breakthroughs and emotions. Tell me what the outcome is, please. High Priestess. Seven of Wands. You know you have to cross over. Oh, what is that? Hang on. Charlie's showing me something. Charlie is my guide, by the way, if you've never been here before. I'm that kind of weird. Attraversiamo. What the hell? Are you Italian? Somebody here's Italian. Attraversiamo. What is that? Oh, that's Eat, Pray, Love. That's what that is. At the end of... Oh, you're crossing over. That's what it is at the end of the movie. For those of you who haven't seen it, she's trying to ignore this guy, like she's not in love with him, and he's like the hottest thing since fire. And he's teaching her Italian. No, she learned the word from being in Italy. Attraversiamo. Guy was teaching her how to speak English. It means to cross over. Cross over from a friendship to a relationship. Whoo, Scorpio. That's what's going on here. Somebody that you have known for a while, that you've deepened your bond with. Attraversiamo. And I know I'm saying it terribly, I know. But the High Priestess is telling me that it's time to cross over. That's where I got this. So you can see that the Seven Wands is here, and that somebody has used the Seven Wands to make a bridge so we can cross over to the emotional side. And I'm using the one wand, the Ace of Wands, to keep my balance. Because I feel like you've been very quietly keeping your boundaries, or quietly ignoring the whole situation. Being the King of Cups you are. feminine or masculine. You're keeping everything under the surface. Do you think this is the King of Cups? It's not. It's the Four of Cups. But look, it's you're stepping outside your comfort zone. This is something that you're doing. You're stepping outside your comfort zone. And I really do feel like there is somebody here who is a friend and you want to cross over into something that is more romantic or at least deepen the bond. Give them your feeling of, yeah, I want to cross over into something. But look, the Nine of Wands, or the Nine of Swords is at the center of your reading. I think it's freaking you out just a little bit, honestly. I think you're worried that you're going to be, that's not going to work out for you. What's around the corner? We've got the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. We've got the Queen of Cups in the reverse. And we've got the Six of Pentacles. So look, the Queen of Cups is in the reverse. The emotions are everywhere. That's the thing. Is that if you decide that you are going to invest here, and you haven't decided yet, if you decide you're going to invest here, that this is really worth my time, effort, or energy, or money. Maybe it's a job, maybe it's an investment. It feels like with the Queen of Cups in the reverse, I'm going to have to be vulnerable with my feelings, and that's the hardest part. The Six of Pentacles is here. I'm going to have to give reciprocal energy emotionally, and that terrifies me. But we've grown to this place of discipline and stability. I feel like you are going to be surprised that this person actually feels the same way with the Ace of Cups here. Oh, very interesting. Very, very. All right, Libra. Got Leo, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces are here. Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We've got Pisces twice here. Look, there's lots of intuitive energy here. Scorpio here. Psychic intuitive energy is what's going on here. All right, all right. It's a big week for you, friend. Tell me what is going on for my fire family. Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Sag. How you doing? I hope you're well. Did you pick your word for the year? Tell me what your word is. Put it in the comments. I'd love to know what your word is. Whatever word. Enough of these resolutions. Let's pick a word and stick with it. Mine is unstoppable is what it is. Tell me about yours. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the next 7 days. Tell me about Sagittarius. We have, the moon. Something is not as it seems. There is an illusion about, or it's too dark to see what's going on. So let's put a little bit of fire on it, right? The Six of Wands is here. I feel like you want some sort of victory, but you don't know if it's coming. Things are not as it seems, and it feels as though you're about to be seen by the Emperor, possibly someone of influence. Feels like you're about to attract the attention that you didn't know you were attracting, because it feels like somebody's got their eye on you here, the Four of Pentacles, and they're not letting go. Feels like this Emperor has been holding back saying something. Now, I'm really looking at the Emperor as somebody who's a person of influence, so somebody who's ready to hire for a job, somebody who can help you in your career. It feels like somebody who can help push you forward to your victory or your success. This person, I feel, is about to see you because you're about to pull yourself out of the moon energy and into the Six of Wands, and that's Leo energy. And so I feel like you're about to have the sunlight on you, like a spotlight on you. There is one behind this person's head, and there's one above the head of the Emperor. So it feels like this is a person of influence that you don't see coming. This person, I feel, once they see you, it feels like they're going to feel very aloof, detached, not interested in you, not interested in what you're doing. I feel like that's an illusion because the moon is here. Things are not as they seem. Tell me more about the moon. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. We've got the Two of Swords. And we've got the Empress. So you've been waiting for some sort of a decision process to move forward. The Emperor and the Empress are here. The reason that the Emperor sees you is because I feel that you are in your Empress energy, whether you are the feminine or the masculine Empress. You are in your Empress energy, and the Emperor and the Empress being on the same vibration and sort of living kind of parallel lives, it feels like there is somebody here who I feel is spotlighting you or noticing you and is about to make a decision. This feels like this is a person of influence still. It does not feel romantic to me. It feels like there is somebody here who is an emperor who sees someone who reminds them of themselves. And that this person is about to make a decision. They've been holding back till now, and that's the illusion. Tell me more. We've got the Page of Pentacles. Oh, we've got the Tower. And we've got the Four of Wands. I do believe, look, this could be romantic. It could be the Four of Wands is showing up with the Tower and the Page of Pentacles. This could be an offer. Someone has decided to make an offer to the Empress. It could be that. Absolutely, it could be that. And I think that the Emperor has been hiding in the shadows. Somebody who now wants to be seen in the spotlight, and that this person is a person who's been holding back. But I think that they're ready to make something tangible. A tangible offer. It might be small, but it feels like it's a tangible offer. This person is someone you've been disconnected from. It does feel like that. Look, the Emperor still feels like a person of influence to me. And it feels like this Emperor is somebody who knows that they must go and get what they want, because the Empress can make as many decisions as she wants, but she has too much self-worth to just choose to run after an Emperor. The Emperor doesn't want that anyway. The Emperor is the person who doesn't make a decision. The Emperor makes a choice, right? The Emperor doesn't just date here and there and everywhere. The Emperor makes a choice about what they want, and then they go and get it. So the Page of Pentacles tells me that they're like, the Empress might be trying to flag the Emperor, like, I have an offer. Anyways, I feel like this Tower is here, and it feels like this illusion of the moon is broken down. Things are going to the next level. Somebody's going to offer to go to the next level. Now, that could mean something very small, because Pentacles are very small. It's a small offer. So that means, can we get together without the group around us? Can we go to a place and just have appetizers and a drink? Or can you meet me out for a drink somewhere, coffee? It feels like it's somebody who is making a small offer, but it's a shift into the Four of Wands, which is the next level. Stability, happiness. Yeah, it does feel like it is a shift. This is going to change everything here. This Page of Pentacles shift is going to change everything. Tell me what this is. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. So somebody wants to make a shift into something that is a little more solid. Something that I feels like this is going to be like the basis by which we grow into this Queen of Pentacles energy. I want to really put some effort, time, and energy in here. Somebody here is realizing what they want. It's taken a long time. I'm going to say that there's been delays, and somebody here is like, no, it's not that person. It could be an Aries. It could be an Aries. It could be a Taurus. It could be a Libra. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio energy here. Virgo energy, not Virgo, sorry. Aries energy is here. Cancer, Pisces energy. Tell me what the outcome is, please. It feels like somebody here was waiting for another person to level up. And see, that's the benefit also of being the Empress. When you're the Empress, if you're chasing things, like the Empress would never chase, first of all. And so if you're chasing things, if you're chasing people, chasing things, whatever you chase is going to run, first of all. But the Empress, the reason the Empress stays where they are is not only because they know their self-worth, but they know that whatever comes to them is meant for them. And so I think that you will know who I'm talking about, because if you are the Empress in this scenario, that someone is about to find you. It's about to show up for you, because there is a decision being made. The Nine of Cups is in the reverse. Somebody is in this place of, this didn't work out the way I thought it was going to. It's disillusionment. The Empress is like, well, you know what? If you're not going to come toward me, then I'm just going to Just going to do my thing, make my own decisions, make my own happiness. That's what the Empress does. But the Nine of Cups fell out of the deck and it flipped over, right? It's a bit of disillusionment. The Two of Pentacles is here. The Ace of Swords is in the reverse. We're not talking. We're not having conversations. Nobody's texting me. I haven't heard from this person in a long time. But it feels like it's because this person has been holding back. I think you're about to know who I'm talking about. Because I think the Emperor's coming out of the shadows. The shadows being the moon energy and the Four of Pentacles. I think somebody here was not willing to see the situation for what it is. And now they are. But I think that it is somebody who knows that they've got to step forward and get balance again. They have to rebalance the situation in order for it to work out, because the Ace of Swords is in the reverse. It's been silent and there's no clarity here. But the Empress, though, when the Empress waits and the Empress doesn't step forward, it turns the other person into forcing them to step into their Emperor energy. So you are growing someone into their Empress energy, whether you realize it or not, if you're the Empress. Because the Empress won't accept anything less than the Emperor. And so someone is forced to step into their Emperor energy, and maybe it just took time to do that. Tell me what is around the corner here for Sagittarius. We've got the Death card. Something is transforming. Something's changing. We've got the Magician. And we got the Fool. Somebody changed the way they use their tools. Somebody has changed the environment for creation. Someone has realized I've been given all these tools and up till now I didn't know how to use them. Someone is creating the right environment for transformation so we can open the door and move into the next chapter of our life here. So it really does feel like this Emperor is about to step up to the Empress. Yeah, the Knight of Cups is here. It does feel like it is romantic. Somebody who's been hiding their feelings under the surface. They could be a Scorpio. They don't have to be, of course, but yeah, they were concealing it. Seven of Swords is here. They were concealing feelings under the surface here. It was like this case of I really want to run at this person, but I can't because I'm the King of Cups. It feels like you could be dealing with a Scorpio possibly, or a Sagittarius. It feels like this is someone you already know. They're a friend or a friend of a friend. They're somebody who's been watching you. They might be connected to you in a way that's in the neighborhood, in the group, in the friend group, or maybe online. Page of Wands is here. Somebody here is attracted to you. There's a bit of a spark, is what it feels like. There's a bit of an electric spark between you. We've got Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn energy. We've got Cancer. This person is daydreaming about you. It feels like a very dreamy sort of energy about having stability with you. And somebody here, as they're having these daytime fantasies or daydreaming about you, it's creating this manifestation. They're creating the right environment, using the tools in the right way, and they don't even realize they're doing it. We have Aries energy here and Scorpio. We've got Taurus and Libra, more Scorpio. Aries energy, Cancer and Pisces. We've got Capricorn energy, Leo, more Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. All right. Which brings us to the birthday babies. Happy birthday, Capricorn. Let's find out what's going on. This has been a weird few days, has it not? Is it just me? Your season has been weird so far. So many weird things have happened since your season started for me. Tell me about it, Capricorn. Does it feel as weird to you as it does to me? Capricorn, did you pick your word for the year? I hope you did. I hope you'll put it in the comments and share it with everybody here. You need to pick a word and stick with it. No more resolutions. Let's just pick a word and do all things in that word. Whether that is victory, or maybe it's maybe you're going to find courage, right? My word is unstoppable. Let's find out what is going on for Capricorn in this Capricorn season. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the next 7 days. Tell me about Capricorn. We've got the Queen of Wands. Independent, beautiful, resilient, excited, and ready to make a bold move. We've got Capricorn here with the Two of Pentacles. Capricorn, you could have a fire sign possibly. Maybe you are a Capricorn with fire rising or moon. Venus or Jupiter. We've got the Five of Cups. Someone here is trying to find the courage to stand up, and the Queen of Wands does have courage to face something that I feel somebody is feeling regretful about. We've got the page, sorry, not the page, but the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So we've got the Five of Cups. Somebody here did not invest in something. Maybe it's a job. Maybe you didn't apply for the job. Maybe you didn't apply for the schooling on time. It feels like somebody missed a deadline, or feels like they might miss the deadline. So maybe I'll just walk away from this. It feels like somebody here is walking away from something that they thought was going to work out in a more stable way. It feels like somebody here is ready to take a risk. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is making big, bold moves, but also is somebody who's very independent and makes their own decisions. So I feel like you, Capricorn, need to make some sort of really big decision that is going to be a hard one. It's either going to make you sad to make that decision, because I think it might be something that could be depleting you financially if you don't make the decision. It feels like you're on the edge of something here, just barely keeping your balance financially. I've got to make a bold move because something here is draining my finances or draining my energy, time, or effort. I don't think that you're happy about having to make this decision, though. But it's an independent decision. It isn't anything you're asking anyone about. It's something that you're doing for yourself or doing for another person, but making an independent decision about it. You're not bouncing it off anyone, is what I'm saying. Tell me about the Queen of Wands. What do we need to know about the Queen of Wands? Nine of Swords. The Fool. It's an ominous decision. I love my different decks because the Fool here is, it feels like I know I have to do it, but it terrifies me. It's like, I know I have to. The major arcanas are here and we can't ignore them. They show up. We have to make a decision. We are going to move forward. We have to move forward because the Fool is here. But, whether you do it kicking or screaming or do it willingly is one of the two things. You're going to react or you're going to respond, right? It feels like this is worrisome because this is an ominous leap that I need to take. I have to take it, and I've got to do it independently. We've got the Page of Swords. So I feel as though you have been sourcing information. I'm going to say, before you take the leap of faith here, Capricorn, look, I don't have to tell you. You're really organized and you know about details and analytics and all of it, right? But it feels like with the Four of Swords, that it feels like you need more information before you take the leap of faith. You're letting go of something, or you're releasing yourself from something. It feels like this Nine of Swords is a worry. It's a worry for the future. What if I take the leap and I don't have enough information to make the situation better? Because I feel like you're sort of holding on by a thread, maybe financially, or maybe it's just your time, effort, or your energy that you're putting into something. Look, we all have a finite amount of energy. Like maybe you're a person who does two jobs. Maybe you work two jobs, or maybe you have a job and a side gig, or, it feels like somebody here is burning the candle at both ends. And you need more information before you decide to make the biggest change of the year is going to probably be made in the month of January, but in the next week or so, for some of you, it could be. And it's worrisome. We've got Nine of Swords and the Ace that's in the hand of the Page. And it tells me that it's a heartbreaking decision to do something, to make a bold move and move forward. And that this decision is weighing squarely on your shoulders. There's no one else for you to bounce it off of. You're making some sort of individual or independent decision to make a bold move. And you don't know if it's the right one, because maybe you just don't have enough information. I feel like this Page of Swords is pointing at the Queen of Wands, saying, make sure you have enough information before you make the bold move. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Ten of Wands. Do you have someone around you who's a Gemini? I'm going to say that there is somebody here who might be able to give you some fast information. If you really are hurting and you don't, When I say hurting, I mean hurting for information. You don't have enough information or you feel like you don't. There might be somebody here who can give you more information. It feels like with the Knight of Swords showing up that it could be a Gemini or somebody who just speaks their truth no matter what you want to hear. You can trust them to give you the truth. We have the Ten of Wands here. This is weighing really heavy on somebody here. The Magician is here. So I feel like you are... Is that the Magician? Yeah, it is. I thought it was the Hermit. It looks the same. Looks like Gandalf, really. Oh, that you're wise, right? Gandalf the Wise. I feel like you have enough wisdom to make this decision. You're an old soul, friend. I feel like you have enough wisdom to make this decision, and you've been through the worst part of it. I feel like this final decision is going to be the hardest part for you, because what's weighing really heavy on you is that you've got to create the future, and it's freaking you out. So I don't know why I'm feeling like this Gemini energy is somebody who might be able to give you more information, might help to alleviate the burden that you're carrying. Because I feel like you are carrying some sort of a burden, and you know that you're the one that creates the future with the Magician here. And this is all on you. I think you're making some sort of unilateral decision here. The Four of Swords, and you want to make the best decision, right? You want to make the healed decision. You want to make the decision that is not going to hurt anybody. Ah, that's so Capricorn. It is. You want to make sure that everybody has what they need, Capricorn. But in the meantime, you are the one that is suffering because you're barely in balance here. And it does feel like it is a 3D thing. So it could be housing, it could be money, it could be groceries. It feels like something is in lack or is draining, and you're barely keeping balance here. Tell me what the outcome is, please, for Capricorn. We've got the Sun. So I feel like there is some sort of a breakthrough coming. We've got the Judgment card. Okay. And we've got the Six of Pentacles. So it does feel like I'm supposed to tell you to find someone who will give you reciprocal energy. Gemini look I know so many people who are psychologists, who are lawyers, who are people who are very organized in their own lives that are Geminis. That's not true for all the Geminis. I'm just saying. I never speak in terms of painting all Geminis with one brush, because we all know that that's not how it works. But I'm saying that I feel like there is somebody here who has collective thought, who has a really good person to get to bounce ideas off of. If you're a person who feels like you're carrying this alone, there is a breakthrough coming, but the breakthrough is coming with the Judgment card. It's a really big decision to take that leap of faith. The decision I feel that you're going to make is possibly something that is going to, it's like an awakening. It's like, I've just got to do it. There's just no other way around it. It's the final awakening that I have to make the biggest decision. I feel like the breakthrough is coming, and you're going to know how to do this, but I do feel that before you make the decision, make sure you have enough information, and make sure that you seek out someone who you really trust, who is a very organized thinker. I'm going to say because we're looking at an air sign here. I don't know why I got my eye on Gemini, but I do. It doesn't have to be a Gemini, but someone who's detached from the situation. Someone who will give you the situation back to you that doesn't have an emotional investment in it. So someone who sees it with an eye that is an eye for air. Someone who's detached. Someone who isn't going to make a decision or give you advice based on emotions. Tell me about what's around the corner for Capricorn. We have the Three of Wands, so there is something going on in the future here. The future is the Ten of Cups. Look, it's the best decision. You are going to make the right decision. You're going to make the best decision. You're going to make the most educated decision. I feel the decision you make is the right one. Look, the Ace of Swords is here. And the Ace of Swords doesn't show up unless there's clarity. So I feel like you have all of the information you need to make the best decision, which I do believe is a Ten of Cups decision. And it feels like this is happening in the future, possibly in the next 3 weeks or so. We do have Temperance here. Look, it's all going to heal itself, Capricorn. It will heal itself. The Queen of Cups is here. It's very emotional, deeply emotional, this situation. Whatever it is, it's attached to your mother, possibly. It's attached to somebody who is your matriarch, your mother, your grandmother, your older sister. It feels, or it's like it's attached to someone. You're making a decision about someone who's very emotional and kind and loving and compassionate, which could be a mother figure. All right. Got Sagittarius. We've got Gemini and Aries, Pisces energy, Sagittarius, Gemini. We've got Scorpio energy here. Look, you can use your psychic energy to make this decision as well. Got Capricorn energy here, Aries, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, Virgo and Pisces, Leo and Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer energy. All right, all right. Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. The next 7 days, Aquarius. Did you pick your word? I'm not doing resolutions in 2026. We're picking a word and we're sticking to it. Let's find out what your word is if you want to share it with us in the comments. Tell me about Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. In the next 7 days, tell me about Aquarius. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Death card. And we have the Nine of Swords. Something here is ending. And I think it might be your association to either the workplace, a job, a group of people, a community. It feels like you are ending your association with them, that you're moving on, because whatever has been created here in the Three of Pentacles, although it's sturdy, it's a sturdy foundation. And I feel like it could be a partnership. It could be a business partnership, right? It feels like something is coming to an end. And it's worrisome. I'm going to say, you know, it could be transforming. It might be even transforming because I feel like you're moving on from somewhere. But it feels like the thought process that went into ending this, whatever the Three of Pentacles is worrying. I feel like you're worried about something that's coming to an end here. But I think that you need to get out of the chaos. You're trying to calm the mind. Calm your worry. Tell me about the Six of Swords. Tell me about the Six of Swords, please. I think that the group that you're in, like, I don't know what the Three of Pentacles is representing for you. Like, it could be a friend of a friend, or it could be a group of people who get together as a community and help each other. But it feels like something has changed within the dynamic of the Three of Pentacles. And so something has changed or transformed, and you're not comfortable there. It's now created chaos. It feels like we're no longer helping each other. The foundation we built, it feels like I've got to go now because something here has ended. It doesn't feel the same as it used to. Tell me about the Six of Swords. We've got the Three of Swords. We've got the Ten of Wands. Wow. And we've got the Justice card. So I feel like you're justified in leaving this group, because the chaos that is here is something that plays on your mind every day, and I don't think you need it. This could be a workplace thing. Somebody could be quitting their job, ending their association with a business. Maybe it was a collaboration you were doing, and you can no longer be attached to this person or this business. But the Three of Swords is what you're carrying. What's really heavy, I feel, what you need to drop is this heartbreak, or this, it feels like you're blaming yourself, whereby I don't think it was you, Aquarius. I don't think it was you that made this change. I feel like this change was outside of your control. Like when the major arcana show up, you don't have control over that. All you can do is react or respond. And I feel like the way you react or respond is by getting in the boat and leaving. It feels like this is just not a good fit for me anymore. I think that you blame yourself, and I don't think you should be blaming removing yourself. I feel that you are justified by leaving and getting out of the chaos and going to a calmer place, because it feels like this is nightmare fuel for you. You can't sleep. It worries you. I just don't want to be associated with this anymore. The foundation's been built, but maybe they can run it now and maybe I can leave. It feels like it's making you quite emotional, but I don't think that you show people that side of you. I feel like that might be the reason why you're leaving, is because you're very attached to it in the heart space, and it feels like it makes you connect to your emotions about it, and you don't want to feel emotional about it. Swords, swords, swords. I feel like you don't want to feel emotional about it. It does feel like it could be something legal. It could be something legal that causes you to go. Absolutely. But justice here is giving me more energy about I got to get back in balance. It feels like you allowed a group of people or a business or a place you were working, an employer, to get you right out of whack. And it feels like it's been weighing heavy on you. And now that you're leaving, it's almost like you're feeling like guilty for it. Feeling guilty, feeling like, I shouldn't have done that, but I've got to do it. The Chariot is here. I feel like you are removing yourself from a situation that's no longer comfortable for you, because it's like, I need to gain some discipline. I need to balance myself again, because the Chariot is about feminine masculine balance, but it's also about discipline. It's also about having the discipline to be able to move out of the way. Yeah, I think this is like your psychic energy. I always say that you're really psychic, Aquarius. It's like your psychic energy is saying, look, you're justified. This situation, you've outgrown the situation, or it's outgrown you, whatever it is. Psychic, right? That's why I was saying, I do know many Aquariuses, and they're all super, like, they don't even know how psychic they are, because they're so head over heart, and they're so very logical and factual. They don't believe, some of them, in the woo-woo stuff, right? And so, but I really don't understand that I think that you don't understand how psychic you truly are. And I think that you're moving yourself out of the way. I think that things are about to get worse for the group or the business or the place where you are working. And I think that your intuition is moving you out of the way, friend. It's moving you onto something that is a lot more abundant, that is going to work out for you, that's more long term. I think that your intuition is telling you to go. I don't think that it makes logical sense to you right now. It feels like it's chaotic thought patterns. It doesn't make any sense to me right now as to why I'm doing this, but I feel like I've got to go. And I think that you're doing the right thing, because I feel like you are, the intuition is telling you that there is something that is more abundant or more long-term, or there's better health, better wealth, energy, effort, time, energy, money. There's more of that in the future. And look, you were at the 3 of Pentacles, you go to the 10. I think you make the right decision, Aquarius. The 9 of Pentacles, you make an independent decision, I gotta go. You make this decision out of confidence. I've listened to my gut before. I'm a good decision maker. I make good decisions. So I think that you are making some sort of a decision that's going to move you into this place of wealth or health. And I don't think you really realize it's because you're pretty damn psychic. Tell me what's going on in the outcome, please. Tell me what's going on in the outcome. Whatever it is, you're about to thrive, my friend. Yeah. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. We've got the 8 of Cups. There it is. You always know that I always say nothing gets past an Aquarius, right? Not a damn thing gets past Aquarius, because they're going to be sitting in the room watching which side of the face you're smirking out of. They're going to watch the twitch of the eyebrow. Are you smiling big? Are you smiling small? Aquarius is watching all the micro movements. And so I feel like this outcome is telling that, is very telling. The reason that you're turning your back is because you've observed some things that I feel that you feel are taking too long. That although this is a stable place to be, that this is going to take absolute years before I'm going to see a return on my investment, or before I get a raise, or before they actually give me the promotion. It feels like you know that something here is moving so terribly slow that you've got to turn your back on it and disconnect. I feel like you will be celebrating this move. I'm going to say, whatever it is that you're doing, wherever you're moving away from, this 3 of Pentacles, whatever it is, you're going to be looking back at it and saying, whew, I'm glad I got out of the way. I have a friend who's an Aquarius, and this person left a destination. They were outside of their country overseas. They left the destination earlier than they were supposed to leave, or they left, not the destination, they left the place where they were staying to go to their destination, which is back home, and they missed a devastating earthquake by hours, by literal hours. That's the kind of psychic Aquarius is. And not this feeling of, oh, I feel like I should go. That's not how it goes down for Aquarius. It's just like, yep, I gotta go. I gotta do this thing. I gotta do it right now. Because of the things I've observed, I'm just gonna detach, and this is taking too long. I'm gonna go. And then looking back, realizing, wow, I got myself out of a really bad situation. It went bad really fast. Tell me what is around the corner here. We've got the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Got the Seven of Swords. Got the Queen of Swords. I think that when you look back at all of this, what you're going to see is that this would have really drained you dry. I don't know if we're talking about money, we're talking about effort or energy, or maybe emotions. It feels like something was lurking under the surface and it was about to drain you dry. It feels like you had to deal with this in a very truthful and honest way and make a decision to liberate yourself from the Three of Pentacles, whatever that situation is. And I feel like you did it quietly, silently, without deliberation. You didn't ask anybody, but I'm going to say that when you look back, you're going to realize that this whole situation would have been terrible had you stayed. It would have drained you, completely drained you. The Queen of Cups in the reverse to me is someone who is depleted of all of their energy, all of their compassion. I have no more compassion for this situation. And I feel like you decide to just cut yourself free. Queen of Swords, you liberate yourself from the situation and you carry on to move forward because you don't really need anybody, right? Like the Nine of Cups is, I'm already happy. I don't need external validation. I don't need a pat on the back. I'm happy where I am by myself individually. The Nines are always about doing it yourself. I've built my own happiness and now it's time to carry on forward. Yeah, you're the Emperor. So you're the person who's making the hard decisions and the easy decisions. This happened to be a hard decision. All right. Virgo, Libra, Taurus, Libra, Aries. No, I think I'm getting tired. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Taurus, Pisces, Cancer, more Scorpio. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy, more Pisces, Capricorn, Libra, Sagittarius, and more Libra energy. All right. Pisces, here we go. Two fishes friends, water family. How you doing, friends? Hope you're good. Did you pick your word? If you've already put it in the comments, thank you. If you haven't yet, I hope you'll pick the word that you are going to move with through this year, through 2026. Mine is unstoppable. No matter what it is, I'm just going to Rambo it, friends. As Casper Sight would say, I'm just going to Rambo it. Just going to put my head down, horns up, keep moving. Tell me about Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the next 7 days. All right, here we go. Oh, we start with the Empress. We have the Ace of Cups. I feel like your abundance is about to overflow if it's not doing that already. We've got the Three of Cups here. Ooh, look at this. What's this? It feels like your abundance is about to overflow. There's about to be a celebration or happiness. I'm going to say you're probably about to get an offer. And I feel like it's an offer to go out, an offer to be a +1 at a wedding, to go to a celebration of some sort. Someone might invite you somewhere where there's a bunch of people. In a public space, it feels like you're about to go out and celebrate. Have a few drinks, maybe have something to eat. It feels like your joy or your abundance is about to overflow. And it's because of some sort of an offer that you're getting. For some of you, it could be a love or a heartfelt offer. And for some of you, it could just be an offer of investment, Do you want to invest your time here? Do you want to invest your money here? It feels like there's an overabundance or an overflow. I'm saying with the Ace of Cups, an overflow of happiness and abundance here because of some sort of an offer that you get. And it might be an offer to go out, like I said, with friends, but it could be something else. Let's find out what the Empress says. Tell me more about the Empress, please. We've got the Ten of Cups. Oh boy. This is going to be a big one. We've got the Seven of Swords. You don't see it coming. It's hiding under the surface. Somebody is concealing something. Oh, wow. Look at that. I like when it works out that way for you, Pisces. Look at that. So look, the Wheel of Fortune is here. There's something coming to the surface that you don't know that is going to bring you joy. It feels like it is an overflowing of abundance. Abundance, happiness, stability, whatever the Empress is representing for you. It feels like this, it's happening in divine timing. This is destiny. Destiny is on your doorstep, and you are moving into the year of one, and there's going to be some great changes and surprises here. There's nothing here that says that anything is going wrong. This is all positive change. So I feel like you're about to be surprised with some sort of joyful, somebody's about to invite you, an invitation, a joyful invitation, or an invitation to go into some sort of situation that's going to make you very happy, or come celebrate with us. What are you doing? We haven't seen you in a while. That's what it feels like here. We've got the Page of Swords. Somebody's changing their mind. The Eight of Wands is here. Somebody's changing their mind. Somebody who was stuck, couldn't make a decision. Somebody here who has been watching your movements. Somebody's changing their mind about moving forward. I feel like somebody is going to surprise you. Here's what it feels like. It's going to be a surprise conversation, a surprise text, a surprise something, and it's going to pick up speed. Things are going to pick up speed. This seems like it is something that is going to move you along the right path. We could be talking about a Taurus. We could be talking about Cancer. We could be talking about Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, or Sagittarius. It feels like something is about to expand. There's something that you don't see that someone's been concealing from you. But when it expands, it's like it breaks out of the box. Or, you know, when a plant, you've got it growing on your counter, and it can it exceeds the volume by which of the container you put it in. Now you got to put it in the yard. It feels like something is growing exponentially. It feels like it could be stability. It could be going on the right path. It could be your career, because this can be corporation as well. But it feels like spiritual, possibly. For some of you, it's something like fast tracking your spirituality. The Page of Swords is here. It feels like someone's been observing you. Observing the Empress. Now, the Empress doesn't chase, so possibly someone has been observing the Empress and is waiting for the right moment to move forward, to give the offer of, do you want to come on the path with me? And that could mean anything. Do you want to come to this socialized thing? Do you want to take this walk along this really sturdy, solid, slow-moving path with me? It could be a commitment. It could be someone committing to you. Committing to being your friend, committing to be by your side, committing to move forward into the year with you. Let's do this together. Tell me more about Pisces. We've got the Devil here. Really? I think that someone thinks that they need to make their move now. Someone who's been spinning their wheels or going round and round and round, thinking about doing something that they haven't put any action behind, because the Page of Swords with the Devil feels like somebody has been watching and thinking, and what do I do next, and how do I take the next step? This person wants the next step to be so solid, so grounded, such a good opportunity that you can't say no. So they've been formulating a plan to make a great big push forward with the Eight of Wands, to call you, to text you, to invite you somewhere. And it feels like this person's been obsessively watching you or thinking about you, and it's come to a place where now they're ready to step out and make a decision to ask you to go out. somewhere. It might be, look, they might be asking you to go out with a group. Maybe it's not a one-on-one thing. Maybe they're just going to text you and you're going to be shocked because you haven't heard from them. Or they're not a person who usually texts you. But I think that whatever is, comes to the surface because something is currently being concealed, when it changes for the better, because the Ten of Cups is here. It's actual joy. It's something that you've been hoping for, whatever is at the end of the rainbow for you, Pisces. It feels like destiny's about to bring it to your door. Tell me, maybe literally for some of you, tell me what's the outcome here. We've got the Hermit. We've got the Ace of Wands. And we've got the Five of Pentacles. There is somebody here who I do believe wants to have some sort of they want to explore the spark. Somebody here who's been quiet with you or disconnected from you. Feels like you haven't talked to them in a while. This might be someone that you're not really besties with, someone who may text you once in a while, or someone that you might see at group functions. It feels like we have been sort of in this desolate place where we haven't really had a reason to talk to each other. The Hermit is here, which means somebody is maybe going through something. But it feels like this, even though we've been apart, haven't talked, that when we get back together again, there's still a spark. It feels like an exciting invitation is about to arrive from someone who's been silent with you. Tell me what is around the corner for Pisces. What's around the corner for Pisces? We've got the Four of Wands, we've got the Four of Swords, and we've got the Three of Swords. So there is somebody here who wants to heal the distance. They want to bring stability into the situation or go to the next level. And so it feels like with the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords, I want to heal the distance between us and possibly go to the next level. I think somebody here is keeping the way they feel about you concealed. The Three of Swords is here because they're scared of heartbreak. But I think you make them feel really excited about life. Like we've got the Two of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Moon, but they keep it concealed. They keep their feelings hidden. I think that they're scared to be excited about this because they don't know if you feel the same way because the Eight of Cups is here. You've been very detached from them, or they've detached from you, or whatever it is. It feels like an ending has happened, but it isn't an ending. I feel like when you resume with this person, it feels like we resume right where we pick up right where we left off. But I don't think you've seen them for a while because I think somebody here's been stubborn. Maybe it's you, maybe it's them. Somebody here is like, no, they can connect with me. If you're the Empress, that would be the Empress's energy. No, you can text me. Otherwise, see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. We have Capricorn, Taurus. We have Sagittarius. We have Aquarius. We have Taurus, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, and Sagittarius. We have Cancer energy, Taurus and Libra. We also have Virgo and Cancer at the bottom of the deck. Cancer, Pisces, and Cancer again. Lots of feelings going on. I'm just saying. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. Happy New Year, friends. And I will be back with more readings. Absolutely. Have yourself an amazing weekend. Bye-bye.